When people do things individually, they tend to do things well. However, when we're not communicating with one another, we tend to have gaps. So when we see the communities who are collaborative and who communicate with one another, who share data, who share even the same vision or the same mission, they tend to do better overall as a community.
We found that literacy was an issue that cut across every single indicator of quality of life. And so we decided to put a stake in the ground and really see what we might do to work with others to make a real difference in our community with literacy.
It's also important to us, we've noticed through the data that it's important that strong networks support the work of literacy initiatives in communities like Flint or communities across this country. And we've also noticed that there's a strong connection between literacy and self-sufficiency for persons and residents of our community.
Good morning. Good. We are past the halfway point. We are at meeting 4. As we get ready to go forward, the Performance Measurement Action Team has been working very hard in preparing this presentation to give to you all about what are some of the potential measurable outcomes that we can have as relates to our literacy initiatives.
Results of volunteer recruitment, mentor recruitment. I know that, I think it was the resource development team a few meetings ago had talked about, trying to get everybody that's on this coalition to stand up and become a volunteer. So looking at those numbers as being really important to how this work is progressing within the community.
And so part of that information is for us to integrate some of the measurements that we have initially thought of as a group, which are just suggestions, but again, we'll be working with the individual groups today to kind of integrate that into the work that you've already been doing, which is really fantastic and really a lot of good work.
You've been building your recommendations. Not all of your recommendations look like this format, but we started at the very first with elements of success, things we wanted to see, as Kamara said, we're telling the story across the lifespan. So we want aspects of that entire lifespan approach to literacy and all those broad aspects of literacy, health literacy, financial literacy. We want to see them as pieces of the plan. You've had 160 people average at your last 3 sessions. That is huge. Way more than a lot of other communities who start this work, even ones who had nascent coalitions before this process started. So a round of applause for coming to your coalition.
So, I just wanted to sort of bring the conversation around to this idea of examining and using data and information. And the reason that we're doing this as a large group and then breaking down into small groups is so that we can really harness the knowledge and the understanding that you all have and use that to drive the change through this network effort. So this is not any one team, this is not any one person, it's the collective power of all the information that we have. So you are part of this work too. And the collaboration on a scale not seen in the past, really when was the last time a group this large came together to have this kind of conversation around literacy in our community? Probably never. So it's exciting. It's strong work.
So this 6-month process is designed to help us develop a plan that can be utilized by the partners who are in the network and also by members of the community to help us to tackle and address literacy concerns here in Flint and Genesee County.
So shared networking means different organizations throughout the community come together to look at something that is of interest, such as literacy. So we have community-based, faith-based people, education-based, medical-based, financial-based people all coming together.
The Genesee Chamber of Commerce is deeply invested in working with this literacy planning initiative. We have representatives from multiple organizations with education and training, shared services, and economic development because we realize that literacy and training our next generation of workers and talent is huge and vital to the success of our city and region as a whole.
And so when we think about the importance of literacy and the importance of early childhood education, those are really building blocks for the rest of your life. And if we can get kids off on the right track, it really pays huge dividends down the road. And that's one of the reasons why I think that this whole effort is just so important and encouraging.
It is so critical that we focus on literacy here in this community. It's really in a direction that will support poverty reduction. It'll increase workforce access. It'll bring more employers to the Greater Flint community. And so everyone being involved and focused on their component of the work, staying diligent and engaged, will definitely create an outcome for this community that will be beneficial in long term.
Is that there are a lot of inputs being put into this, and we're really looking forward to a great collective commitment to it, and then great outputs as well.